On the road to 2027, there has also been, we've look at the conversation that we've had this morning and looking at different aspects that all culminates in this one thing that will bring Kenyans to the process where they're talking about the decision that they will make to rather retain a certain thing or bring something else in. We often say that Kenyans are in the habit of voting out without really focusing on what they're voting in. How do you see all of these things playing out when it comes to the decisions that Kenya will make in the future, and what really needs to change, if anything, in Kenya's governance?
Kenyans have suffered for the last 4 years. That's the truth of the matter. The cost of living during President Ruto's time compared to Uhuru Kenyatta's time has worsened. Kenyans are worse off than they were even during the corona times. That is an undeniable fact. Now, the challenge that we have, we must ask ourselves, why have we gotten where we are? We have gotten where we are because the leadership that has been entrusted to govern this country has failed to follow the constitutional dictates, especially Article 10 that sets out the broad national values. We in Linda Mwananchi, we are saying you do not have to do anything else. Just follow the provisions of the Constitution. Just follow common sense. Just do the basics that require to be done. Respect the rule of law. Respect the right of a human being to articulate his views. Respect the right of a human being to say whatever he feels like without going beyond certain boundaries. If we simply follow the law and the Constitution, Article 43 of the Constitution sets out the broad mandate that the government ought to do to the economic rights. Is clearly there. There is really nothing you need to do out of this world to achieve what we require. We require people of integrity. Integrity. We require people who have got good values. We require people who believe they're not going to the office to enrich themselves or to build a financial war chest for the next election. We want people who really believe in service to the people of Kenya. We want people who have some sense of shame. A sense of shame. As a human being, there are some things your conscience will tell you this is very shameful. Stealing somebody's money, that only by the very nature, it does not have to be in the penal code. It must be entrenched in you from childhood that stealing is one of the commandments, 10 commandments. We need to go back to the basics. We also need to tell a typical Kenyan that you do not have to pay to get government service. If you refuse to pay, you will still get that government service. It might take a little longer, but you will still get that government service. We need to rekindle the first weeks, the first months when Mwai Kibaki became president. The common Mwananchi will arrest a police officer who demanded a bribe. We must fight the scourge of corruption. We must make sure whatever little you have, you can account for it. How do you account? How does a person like C.S. Murkomen don a watch of 2 million? It was alleged. Me, I don't put on watches. I don't know the cost of a watch. I don't know. So it was alleged. How do you explain a mere MP to go to a Harambe and contribute 15 million? Those are the hard conversations. Those are the hard questions we Kenyans must ask. So when we go to the 2027 elections, you have that best opportunity. You have the most important day of your life to decide your future now, and for now, your children, your future generations, we are deciding in 2027. If you want to continue the same way we have continued, it's upon you to decide. Never ever complain to any other Kenya that I'm suffering. And if you are sleeping hungry, 2027, vote out Ruto. If you cannot afford to pay subscribe for SHA, you have to raise Harambe, vote out Ruto. If you are unable to pay school fees for your child, you know the cause of your problem is none other than President